Hello folks, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today is a Halloween look, and I'm starting with some liquid latex, which I would advise you avoiding your eyebrows because you'll have a nice waxing session, which is not a fun time. So I am starting with some tissue papers, and as you can see, I tore the very straight edge and I made a jagged edge because it's a lot easier to blend out the jagged edges with the latex rather than a straight edge. So I much rather work with the jagged edges. So I put latex all around my orbital bone, and all around above my eyebrow. And then I'm just placing the tissue paper exactly where I put the latex, just pressing it down, patting it down, and then I'm ripping off any excess that might be around. And then to lay the edges even further flatter, I am avoiding putting latex in my hair. Don't do that, it'll hurt. And I am just patting down all of the edges with extra latex and stuff. The tissue was like uber duper thin, so it kept coming up on some places, as you can see right there. So I just picked it off, kept going, and I just packed this all around. I did add 3 layers of tissue paper just because I wanted a pretty good solid cover of my eye. I didn't want any weird gaps or anything like that. So I just kept doing the same process, adding latex, adding tissue paper, and then I just blended it out around the edges. So once I have all of that complete, I'm going to take one of those classic makeup sponges, you know, from like the 80s or something, and I am packing a bunch of latex all around the edge. I guess I'm glopping it. I guess is not the appropriate word, but I am using a lot of it to basically smooth out the edges around because I want it to be pretty much as smooth as possible. If there's like some bumps and stuff in it, that's fine for the texture aspect of it later. And then I'm taking more of the latex and I'm packing it right over where the tissue paper is. By the way, this latex is off of Amazon. It's like the zombie something. It's like $12 for the thing. It has the worst ammonia smell of your life. My eye was completely watering. That was under the tissue paper because I could still blink freely, which is a good sign. You don't want to end up gluing your lashes together or anything, but yeah, it smells really awful, so if you're not used to that, I just warning you. So with that makeup sponge and with the extra latex on it, you see how it's kind of pulling up pieces and such. I wanted that texture and like the holes in it to give me a lot of texture. Sorry, that was my little brother. So I am using this pack of Floral Moss that I found literally at the dollar store last year for a look that I was going to do last year, but I never did it. So I still had it in my kit, and I wanted to use it for the texture aspect of it because I was like, oh, well, maybe it looks kind of like brainy-esque, so I really liked it. I was having a difficult time getting it to stick, so I did kind of douse it in latex and then I stuck it down, and then as you can see here I'm doing that now, and then I stuck it down with more latex over top of it, and that seemed to hold it just fine. So after I get all of the moss on and it's kind of caked in latex, I'm letting that dry. I am packing some latex onto my cheek and on my forehead as well, and just adding some more chunks, if you will. I really like the effect that this gave. It worked out really well. It was kind of a last minute on the whim thing that I was going to use this anyway, because I was just going to use classic cotton balls, tissue paper type things. But I really like the effect that this gave. So I'm using the hair dryer to speed up the process of the latex drying. As you can see, it turned a more yellow color. The middle is still kind of white, that means it's still wet, but the yellow part is a pretty dry latex. It turns like ugly yellow. So I'm taking a watercolor set. I don't advise using regular aqua water paints on your face that are not designed for face painting. This is just like believe it's just a regular watercolor kit. Don't use this. Use actual aqua paints for your face. But I'm using the brown shade and a big paintbrush, and I wet it, of course, because they're aqua paints, activated with water, and I'm getting into as many crevices as I can with the big brush. And as you can see, I'm kind of stippling on and packing it around my face as well, just to give me that dirty grunge look that I guess I'm going for, the burn, charred factor of it. So I'm doing that as best I can. As you can see, it's not sticking so much to like the wet latex, but it's fine. So I go in with this really tiny brush, and the black and brown I mix together to make it a lot darker, and then I go into every little crevice and crack, and I am just placing that in there to make sure there's a lot of dimension and just to add some darkness around all the cracks. So I do spend quite a bit of time painting this and getting into all the little nooks and crevices that I possibly can with the dark colors and such. I want to make it as dirty and just gross-esque as possible, so I really take my time doing that. Once I am finished with the brown, I am going to take this pack of stipple sponges from Mayron and some vampire blood. It's more just like a liquid blood, it's not a thick blood or anything. And I am stippling that all over the wound, just to obviously make it bloody, you know, make it gross. It's Halloween. And yeah, so I'm just gonna stipple that all around and then go back into Mayron's black paint, because I felt like the watercolor paint that I was using just didn't have enough pigment for me. With the black aqua paint from Mayron, I go into all of the deep crevices yet again, and I'm just darkening up and just adding all the depth that I need, and really adding the black just to emphasize like charred skin and over the texture and stuff, because it really helped with bringing the look together. With the same Mayron aqua paint, I am adding a lot of water, and then just kind of dipping it into the paint and then pushing the paintbrush onto my face just to get these drip effects for my eyes. I don't know, I guess I just wanted black tears because they looked cool. And then I'm smearing that same black just all around my eye because we ain't got time to be pretty today. This is Halloween. And then once I'm done with that, I will go around all the edge of the look around my eye and just kind of blend it out to look like the charred or the burned parts of me are kind of going out and like spreading out onto my face. So that concludes this burn look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So let me know in the comments below what else you want to see, and I love you. Bye.